Yeah. Woo. I guess we got to start, you know? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Eric Zane Show Podcast, a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures each and every day of the work week. And we are winding down another one. Just got the hockey schedule in. Looks like October 12 is when hockey season starts here in West Michigan. I don't know if they open, like the first game is at home or if it's like, one of those deals where they start out on the road. I know that there was just a number of players that left the team for our very own Grand Rapids Griffins. So that's pretty much the nature of the beast. What happens is these guys, they like get offered to go to other teams, and when they get signed, the team's like, well, we're gonna put you in the American League, but there's a really good chance you're gonna wind up in the NHL, and then they don't. I don't know what slows these guys down. I don't know what the experts see. But when I see them out on the ice and they score 30 goals a year, I'm like, well, that's fantastic. How could it be that much different? How come they can't transition to the NHL? I have no idea. But chasing their dreams. So we had a bunch of players leave. Turner Elson, Riley Barber, the fucking goalie. What's the goalie's name? I don't know. Doesn't matter. But so October 12th. And then you've got the basketball team, the Gold, the Grand Rapids Gold, also playing at the arena, which it just popped into my brain. I had a dream about that last night. I wouldn't have thought about it. Maybe that's subliminally why I'm talking about this now. Jesus, I promised myself I would not take 10 milligrams of melatonin. I sat right here 24 hours ago and said, I'm not going to do that again. And I did. I did it. So pretty much the way to get, you can predict whether I'm going to do something or not is if I say I'm not going to do it. If I say I'm not going to do it, I'll do it. I don't know. Anyway, I took the 10 mg and somehow managed to get to sleep. It was another stressful evening. I'm not going to lie to you. It's like one thing after another, causing me unbelievable stress, and I want nothing more than to just be away from stress and to just, not have to deal. But sometimes that happens. And I just tell myself, it's like, you just keep doing what you're doing. You'll be fine. I did have some conversations yesterday with some great friends in the radio industry. Fingers crossed about more on that later. I would love it very much if I had a full-time radio gig in addition to the podcast. Where, part of the day I do this show. And then for another part of the day, I do the radio show. Now, I remember when, with my last full-time radio job, I wanted to do the podcast. And they said, no, you can't. I said, well, why not? Because we said so. And I had, no recourse. I was so dependent on radio. I didn't have this. I didn't have you. I didn't have sponsors. I didn't have anything when it comes to the podcast. So I wanted to build it, but I had really no way to build it yet. I hadn't even begun. I had nothing. But I had done those 25 video episodes. Hang on, I got to crank this mic up. It's going to get louder. I had done 25 of those video episodes. And experienced some degree of success with those. So I thought, hey, I'll just keep that going. But the radio company said, no, you can't do that. You can't. I go, well, why? Why not? Well, and they didn't really give me a great reason. They just said, we will not allow it. Okay, we all know what happened. Did radio for a couple years, 2.5 years with Ben. And then and Julius. And then that dried up. And then here I was. In that time, we've managed to get a foothold and be able to do this show and build it to what it is now so that it supports the family. Very appreciative of that. So now it's like, okay, if I have an opportunity to get another radio job, and I'm not saying in particular anything. I'm not giving you anything specific. I mean, I know specifics, but I can't let you know any specifics. If that comes to pass, the first thing out of my mouth would be, well, I'm doing the podcast. I'm not going to ask if I can do the podcast and then do it. I'm just going to say, well, no, I have my podcast to do. And if they say, well, then you can't get this job, I'll say, well, I guess not. But you do realize I've built that to a point where it, runs itself, and it's my income. It's my living. So hands off it, I mean, my God. We shall see. All right. Welcome in. Sorry I'm late. I realized about 15 minutes before this show was supposed to start that I'm on the radio from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. today. Voice tracking. On Big 101.3, playing the fun hits you know. The multi-talented Allie Mack, who Kevin Kuipers is madly in love with. Who isn't madly in love with Allie Mack? She is a dynamo. She's got a remote today it's called the Brat and Coke Festival or something like that. I'm not even kidding. And they brought her in to do like a live remote from the Brat and Coke Festival in Fremont, Michigan. I've never heard of this thing in my entire life. I guess you walk in there and everybody's doing Coke and eating brats. Well, she's going to be there for it. So they said, can you voice track? And I'm like, well, yeah, of course. So then I forgot about it until like 15 minutes before this show started, because if this show starts and then I go till like 10 a.m., well, then I haven't done any voice tracking. Holy shit. So I'm like, oh, fuck. So I had to quickly get it all together. Front sell some Beach Boys songs, some something by the Rascals, maybe a disco tune or two. And then off we go on the legendary Big 101.3. The fun hits you know. And I love doing that. When I am on the air there, in this case today, at 10 a.m. to 2, and when I'm on Saturday and Sunday, they give me a list of things that I'm supposed to talk about. I use that more as a guide, and then I add 95% lies to all of it in order to make it enjoyable for me to do. Because I'm not just going to sit there and say, that was Elvis, Suspicious Minds. Go to the website and sign up to win free Whitecaps tickets. Screw that. So what I do then is I hit go and then lie. And I make everything up off of the top of my head. All complete fabrications. So that I enjoy myself. And then I wait to see who's actually hearing it when it hits on the radio. And thank God for my friend Phil Tower. He was listening. He goes, I hear you making everything up on the radio. This was a month or so ago. It's great. I can't believe this. It's so fantastic. And I'm like, well, yeah, you just got to go and lie about everything. Yesterday on this very show, I tried to get Speaking of radio legend Bill Simonson on. I gave him approval that the only thing that he can hang up on me about is if it's his kids, which, goes without saying. His kids are everything to him. I'm going to try this again. Bill's still looking for the next Mrs. Simonson. He's not going to pick up. I got a feeling no pickup today. Yesterday I got a pickup. Today I won't even get a pickup. And you can't even leave a message. It just hangs up on you. Okay. All right. Next week, Monday through Friday, I'm on the radio with Bill. His show starts at 3 p.m., 96.1 locally in West Michigan. Otherwise, download the iHeart app and search 96.1 The Game. He just wrote, busy with the kids. I'll do Monday morning on your podcast. No worries, Bill. Love and peace. We're all about big name guests. Well, then why am I there? Because I am not a big name guest. But I always love being on the radio. I just talked with Ed Ryan from Radio Inc. magazine the other day, and he goes, you still want to be in the radio? I go, yeah, I do. Why? And I go, honestly, I just still love it. I still love the idea that it's not that different than this. And I don't know. I still get a thrill doing it this way. The thrill is gone. No, it's not. But I don't know. That's what first thing that ever got me hooked on this type of public expression, I guess. Public speaking, content creation, one of a billion things that you can call it. I don't know. I just like talking into microphones. Now, I don't necessarily want to see your face when I'm saying it because a lot of the time I'm going to get like a scrunched up nose. Like, what the fuck is he talking about? But still, I love it. Speaking of that, yesterday, the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast went down with a great group of people. And it was as fun as it always is. We went for about 90 minutes. That is part of the Patreon list of content show material that is on there. And we just had a great time on the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. You can get it by signing up on Patreon. By the way, yesterday was weird because a couple years ago, I gave away a few Patreon memberships, and I basically paid for it with my own credit card. And there was just random folks. I know Matt K, Gianfranco was another one, and Josh Brown, and another dude. God, he reached out to me, and I talked to him too. I forget his name, and I don't know why I have to see it. Probably because it's just stuck in my brain. Brandon. And they're like, hey, we can't get the show anymore. What happened? And I realized that I think my credit card changed, and it was time to renew for them. And so it wouldn't do it. So I said, oh, yeah, I had been paying for you for the last couple of years. That was only supposed to be like a limited time, but it probably ran out. Just try re-signing up. So they did. They tried signing up. They go, it won't let us. I'm like, wait, what? Well, just use your own card. It actually will not allow us to do it. I go, well, I don't know, make a fake email. Try that. They go, no, it won't do it. I'm like, well, that's fucked. It like knows your name. How does it know you're not a different guy named Brandon? So I don't know what the fuck happened there, but I got to track that down. So I am so sorry. Brandon was majorly bummed. He's like, holy fuck, I need the show. I spent a lot of time listening to stuff. So there you go. Thank you so much. I'll check on it, folks. Don't worry. Oh, my God. Where am I here? I want to say hello, first of all, to the folks who are enjoying the show live right now on any one of several different platforms. You can always download the show wherever you get podcasts if you want to listen to it later on. I appreciate any type of review that you can leave me. That is very, very cool. If you want to reach out to me, drop me a email on the Shoreliners Striping inbox. ShorelinersStriping.com. Restripe or stripe for the first time that parking lot. Make it look nice. That's who you call. They also do athletic fields, stripe the athletic fields, and sweep parking lots so that you can make it nice and tidy for your customers. Okay. I apologize. My brain is a little bit fried today. It's a little crispy. I'm in a spot where it's like, all right, let's get through this. Rely on your instincts. Do what you're supposed to do. Have some fun. And then you're out. I'm feeling it. There is no doubt I am feeling it. If you're watching live, I'm going to pull the plug on you if you're on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So thank you so much. And if you are on those platforms watching live, know that if you're on Twitch, it doesn't shut down at all. It's always there for you. So, sign up on Twitch, twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. I appreciate that very much. So I will now say goodbye to you and send you off on your day, or check me out on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. Following, it doesn't cost you anything. You just follow, and then you know when I go live. If you want to subscribe, when you do that, that makes it so that during the show, there's no commercial interruptions. If not, it's free. Don't even worry about it. I don't care what you do. If you do have Amazon Prime, you get a free subscription with your Amazon Prime. Just sign up with that. Do it from a desktop, and then you're all set, ready to go. If not, it's $5. I don't care. Do it or don't. Up to you. If you don't mind me doing my show and an ad plopping in the middle of it, that's totally fine. You do you. So thank you to those folks on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.